This is a revolution.
All Elite
Wrestling squeeze is settled.
I want a match that is
Wonderful.
Bubbly.
Paradigm shift.
You wanna kick my friend in his dick?
12,000 tickets sold in just 4 minutes.
The All Elite best tag team division in the world.
Not the Dippin' Dots! The damn Dippin' Dots didn't do anything to anybody!
Don't you? Sorry, man. You
No, that's the beginning of the podcast. And welcome to AEH. My name is Brian with Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us. What? This is episode 23, and that was what you were just hearing. That was MJ's beautiful voice. He was serenading myself and Kyle. How are you, Kyle? What's going on, man?
I'm pretty good.
MJ, what were you singing?
Don't treat me like a woman.
Great song. Great song. How are you, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what that means.
Yeah. And of course, the All Elite Hour is brought to you by Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Go to YouTube, go subscribe. You can go to Facebook. And you can find all the information about where this podcast is and our Monday night show and our Wednesday night review shows as well. So you can get notifications. Plus, you need to go visit the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group and go subscribe over there. Go click that little bell. It'll make a little noise. It's nice. We need some pick-me-ups these days because things have been kind of crazy. So go click that button. Go be a part of the discussion group. It's a great source for everything All Elite. You get to interact with the three of us plus all the other. I don't know. What are we at now? I think we're coming up to 16,000, I believe, in the group, guys, right? Yeah. So it's just an excellent source for everything All Elite. So go join the group. Now, on today's show, we're, of course, going to discuss the fallout from Fyter Fest. Both nights, we're going to talk about some of the lead up to Fight for the Fallen, some of the card that they have announced. And we're going to talk a little dark here and there. I know there's something that I want to pick MJ's brain about in regards to that. But other than that, do you guys have anything else before we get into it?
Nope. I do.
Yeah. Yes, MJ.
I have something.
Yes. Go on.
Excuse me.
Oh no, bless you.
Before we go on to this conclave of AEW-ness,
Uh-huh.
I just want to say I commend AEW for running both of these premiere shows on TV.
I'm with you.
That's very
Giving
true.
them a nice little golf clap in the background.
That's not even, because of the, what's happening. It's just because who does that, They do.
Right.
Yeah.
They do.
And it also pushed another company to do the same thing for their fans. So what's up?
But that one felt very thrown together, right?
I'm just trying to be positive, man.
No, I know. I'm saying positive things. That's positive about AEW, technically. What were you saying, Kyle?
Well, something I came across last night that I think everyone should be aware of. I think an open investigation needs to begin. If you rewatch the clip of Kenny Omega versus Jay White for the IWGP United States Championship.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? I did not know that was going to go there.
MJ, let him speak. Let the man speak.
He does the J Driller on Jay White and pins him.
Yeah.
Red Shoe's hand goes down, hits the mat for the 3, and Jay White kicks out. I think that counts as a 3. So I think Kenny Omega didn't lose that match.
See, you see that, MJ?
And also, I like to let you know. I don't know if it's been changed, but Wikipedia did reflect that new. I don't know what word I'm thinking of here. Shit.
This is all wrong.
No. I mean, let him finish. It's about Jay
anyway,
White.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, Wikipedia did reflect that. Unless it's been changed, I'm sure it has. But yeah, I came across that last night. And yeah, I want a rewrite of history over here.
There we go. All right. Well, we can make that happen on AEH. You know.
I showed you that, Kyle. You didn't come across that.
No, I'm pretty sure Kyle.
Because I showed you.
No, Kyle's the one that told me about it. Also, actually. So
horrible fucking episode already.
No, this is 5 stars. Uncle Dave gives it 5 stars. He told me. But anyway, so let's go into one of the questions, MJ, that I was referring to before, and this is about Dark. The first match that we had of this past episode of Dark, we had, I guess, people were calling it a debut, but it wasn't really necessarily a debut. It was like almost a re-debut for Brian Pillman Jr. He had a match against Sean Spears, which opened the card. Can you clue us in on what's going on with him and MLW? Is he still part of that roster? Is he a free agent? What's going on?
He is, motherfucker. He asked me, motherfucker.
I don't know who he's talking to.
He is still with MLW. His contract states that he can work other shows as long as he works his MLW dates. And as far as right now, there's no MLW dates, so I think it was an independent move for him to do this. So,
but you're leaving out the fact that he had DMs leak of him asking for his release.
Okay,
I did see that.
I will give you that, but we can't trust DMs these days on the internet. I'll tell you that right now.
Whoa. I don't know if you should be saying that, especially in this climate.
Exactly.
Sir.
But this has nothing to do with the other climate that's rising upon. No. This is just about contract disputes.
Sure. But I mean, do you know how long his current MLW contract is going for?
I do not.
No.
I only know the facts that I've read. I'm not trying to read anyone else's,
Right. All right. So I guess it's under the assumption that he's wrestling for both companies now, I guess.
All we can say is that they're not at battle. MLW and Brian Pillman are okay. This is just business stuff. It's not anything yet. That's all it is. Stop it, Kyle.
No, I feel like Kyle, let the man speak. As long as it's about Jay White or anything else, he can talk.
Son of a bitch.
No,
I thought you had something to say.
No, I think Brian Pillman does want out of his MLW contract, but
that's just business, though. It ain't nothing up against MLW.
I don't know if obviously that's not happened yet, but
right.
if he does get out of it, I do want him signed with AEW though, because
so do I.
He had a great show in here, and I think he would be a great talent to add.
I agree. And what is he? He's only had. I mean, he's less than 5 years in the business, correct?
Oh, well,
I think so.
Can I ask you guys a question? I want both of you.
Yes.
Do you count Brian Pillman Jr. as a rookie?
Yes.
Bullshit.
Why?
Okay. You asked me about the match. All right. Do you think that was the proper way for him to be reintroduced?
Well, he got his own entrance. He kicked off the show. He's the first person that everyone saw. He had his own fucking Tron. I mean, it looked like it was like a legit member of the roster. It didn't look like he was just some schmuck,
But what about the match?
It wasn't a squash. It wasn't a squash by any means.
He actually made Spears. At one point, Spears seemed to kind of get a little frustrated because he couldn't put him away.
Right. And
yeah,
no, go on. I'm sorry.
Go on. No, you go on.
No.
I only have one more opinion about it,
All right.
you go on.
The only thing I was going to say, I do like the finish, though, with how Pillman Jr. went up for the crossbody and Spears just was able to duck, almost like a veteran move. And, Pillman Jr. is just taking these I don't want to say rookie, but these what's the next step from rookie?
Amateur.
No, amateur. Get out of here.
Well, think about that.
No, amateur is not the next step from rookie.
Hey, what's the next step from professional porn? Amateur porn. There, rest the case.
No, you go from amateur to professional, bro.
Yeah, then the step lower from professional is amateur. So step up from rookie is amateur, right?
No.
God. All right.
No, there's a step in between. But anyway, what are we talking about? Porn or wrestling? What is this?
Intermediate, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah. Intermediate. Yeah, he has a few years beneath his belt. below the belt or on his belt, whatever. I don't know. It's just it was very confusing. Just like I don't know. It wasn't a squash like we said. But
he wasn't strong. He wasn't strong.
You don't think so?
Everyone was expecting him to be. That's the thing. Even I was.
How do they? Because you're more of the MLW guy. How have they been booking him in MLW? Pretty strong, right?
Pretty damn strong.
Yeah, that was my thought too. So that's why it was a little
pretty
weird.
Strong to make you believe that if he's going to go on a big company, another big company, he's just not going to get his head caved in like he did.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. But Kyle, what about that?
You also can't have Brian Pillman go over Spears because they're doing like this whole, this whole different push for Spears. They're trying to, give him some victories.
Right. I didn't want Brian to win.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I guess ultimately it was good to see him in AEW because again, I do think that he could be an excellent addition to the roster.
He also had great things to say about AEW afterwards.
Good.
Yeah, like after he did that match, he praised AEW on. He said he was shocked on how well that they did a testing and how much that they actually cared about their talent.
Right. That's good. That's good to hear. Can I ask you a question, Kyle? Because this was something that was going through my brain all throughout Dark. Is it weird having Taz and holy shit, what's his name? Excalibur. I had a brain fart right there. Sorry. Is it weird having Taz kind of all buddy? Like he's very different on commentary versus how he presents himself when he's managing Cage. Like, do you think at some point he's probably going to have to ditch the?
I think so.
Yeah. Right. Like
it is odd because.
I mean, I love it. Like, it's funny. Like, he's great, but it's just weird because he's like this.
He goes from being an announcer to a heel manager.
Right. Yeah, it's just I don't know if I was just the only one. If I was the only one that noticed it, or if anyone else or whatever. But I don't know. Who do you think that?
I do like Taz on commentary though.
So do I. That's the thing. Like, I love him. Like, I love his little like. It sounds like the jabs that he takes at the wrestlers are like almost kind of real. Like he's almost trying to make everybody else laugh while he's on commentary. Like he fucking, for example, he kept calling Serpentico. He kept calling him Serpico. And I don't even know if he was trying to do it on purpose or not, but Excalibur actually had to call him out on it. Fucking hysterical. And he had a Seinfeld reference during, who was it? The next match. What was her name? Rachet Chanel.
Yeah.
Against Big Swole. He kept saying Rochelle, which, I mean, that's a deep Seinfeld reference. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Taz. But do you like? I mean, what do you think? Who do you think they could replace him on commentary with if it's not going to be Taz, Kyle?
I do not know.
I don't know if this was something that. Who would you choose if you had to pick? I mean, it could be someone that's in AEW right now, or maybe someone that's not signed to a company.
If I had to pick,
sure.
Ooh.
Especially because I mean they've rotated announcers on Dark. Not so much recently, but I guess before Taz joined, they would always have guest announcers. Didn't they have Vickie Guerrero at one point?
Yeah, Vickie was pretty good. No, but I think the one that surprised me was by how great he was because I didn't think how he would do in this generation of wrestling was what's his name from the tennis from the show where they did the tribute.
The show where they did the tribute. Oh, yes.
Of,
who was that? Was it like an old NWA guy or? No, it wouldn't have been an NWA. Mid-South.
Was it Mid-South? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot who it was.
Do you remember MJ?
I don't.
But yeah, he was great.
You guys are forgetting the best announcer right now.
Who?
He doesn't even. I don't think he has work right now. Stu Bennett, man.
Oh,
Stu Bennett.
That would be a good one. See, that's the answer.
Would.
That's an answer. Yeah.
People would have some very bad news.
Yeah. Was he doing that in NWA?
No.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
He'd be the one that he announced the new titles or the next pay-per-view. He just made it sound fucking awesome.
Right. MJ, in your lifespan, have you ever handled a metal, what are they calling it? A metal slug? Like the one that Spears uses to load his black glove? Do you know what that is? What is a metal slug? Can you tell me? The fuck is that?
It's Flim Flam.
That's Flim Flam. Kyle, do you have any idea? Because I don't.
I have no idea what it is. I don't even know if that's referencing to anything. I can't think of anything that would reference to.
I don't know either. I remember in middle school having to weigh things by newtons, and there were these little metal things. And maybe he's got a bunch of newtons. Is someone a science teacher in AEW? Is Tully a science teacher? I don't know. No, he's not. I think isn't he a preacher? I think he's some sort of preacher.
Are you thinking of Ted DiBiase Jr.?
Well, no, Ted DiBiase Sr. is a preacher.
Oh, I thought Jr. was a preacher too.
He probably is. Oh, I think they both are. Oh yeah, Jr. left to go do that. Yeah, but Sr. was too, because actually, fun fact, I met him a bunch of times because he was involved slightly with the people that were running the promotion that I used to wrestle for back on Long Island. He's fucking huge. I wouldn't have thought that $1 Million Man was a big guy watching him on TV, but when I met him, I was blown away. I'm 6'1", so seeing him, I'm like, oh my god. But anyway,
another fun fact: Ted DiBiase Jr. was a preacher because the referees kept fucking on him.
Yeah. What's the famous line?
Yeah, you guys got it. Thank God.
He tried to fuck on me.
That's the best freaking thing ever.
Yeah, Cody's story. That's so good. All right, let's. So next match we had, it was Rachet Chanel versus Big Swole. Big Swole won by a pinfall with a Blue Thunder Bomb, followed by the Dirty Dancing Strike and a pump kick. Kyle, do you know anything about Rachet Chanel?
I do not.
Yeah, me neither. What about you, MJ?
She wrestles for AEW.
Thank you. Thank you.
I thought this match was kind of sloppy.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I was honestly paying more attention to Taz and Excalibur's commentary throughout, because that's kind of where things were going off the rails, and
I was waiting.
It sounds like they were having fun.
I was more looking forward to the end of the match so that she could, do something with Britt.
Yeah, Britt wasn't really. She wasn't involved.
Yeah,
she wasn't.
The Big Swole Britt stuff's the greatest stuff ever.
That was awesome what they did on Dynamite, which I'm sorry, not on Dynamite. It was on Fyter Fest Night 2, which we will get to. But as we go through Dark, one of the other things, and we'll kind of speed through the rest of it because the rest were there were just a few other matches. But one of the things that they were talking about, it was a backstage interview with Alex Marvez, and he was interviewing Allie and Brandy Rhodes. He referred to them as the Nightmare Sisters. Is that what they're going by now, Kyle? Is that their?
I think that's what they're calling themselves, but it's still more of a. It's still more of a Brandy doesn't really want to be with this team, but they're having to thing.
So she's the hangman to Brandy's Kenny.
Basically, yeah.
Right. Okay. You like it? What are your thoughts about it?
I also love how Dustin keeps walking up to Allie being like, I know what you're doing. I know how this is going to end.
Yeah, that is weird. Do you think that she's actually she has other motives?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Is she still is she just totally gone from Butcher and Blade? Is that just assume that that's done?
Not necessarily. It's just for storyline right now.
Yeah. All right.
Though I do like it as just being called the Butcher and the Blade.
So do I. It rolls off the tongue a little bit easy.
The Blade and the Bunny was way too much.
Yeah. Or they could have been Triple B or B.
Yeah.
B cubed. I don't know. All right. Well, let's keep going.
They're finally getting pushed.
What's that?
Plus, I'm glad they're finally getting pushed.
Right.
Yeah, finally got a win, man.
Hey, yeah, there we go.
They're also finally being used consistently.
Right, which is good. I mean, you got to have fucking Allie. Oh, you talking about Allie and what's her name? Brandy, right?
No, I'm talking.
Who are you talking about?
Blade.
Oh, Butcher and the Blade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. For that, especially for them to be involved in that 8-man, which we'll get to. But whoo boy. Let's see.
But it is good that Allie's finally wrestling again.
Right? Was she hurt or anything, or they just didn't really? They were kind of repackaging her.
They're just
right?
repackaging her.
Yeah. We had a kind of a quick match between Frankie Kazarian beating Luther by pinfall. I don't know. What do you think about Luther, MJ? Do you have any thoughts? Do you think that he? I don't know. To me, it looked like he. I don't want to say he was tired, but it looked like some of the stuff that was going on. Just I don't know. I don't want to. Dude, I'm trying to tread lightly.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't see this match?
I didn't watch that match.
Oh, all right.
I mean, he's older, but honestly, I don't even know why the hell he's even here anymore.
Oh, that's pretty mean.
No, he's right. Like, that's kind of what I was trying to say. But
He was kind of made for a guy that just got suspended. So,
wait, say it again. He was what?
He was pretty much there for that that feud with that guy that's suspended.
But
I mean, it didn't go anywhere.
Match, though.
Yeah, they did have a match.
They had that match on Dark for some reason, which was stupid.
Right. Oh, I totally forgot about that guy that they suspended. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
He's probably not coming back.
Probably not. I don't think so. Not in this climate. I'm just trying to see how many times I could say.
Coming back.
What's that?
So we all know Sammy's coming back.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
True. Yeah, we all know Sammy's coming back.
Yeah, and Matt's already tweeted out that because someone asked him who would he like to have an ultimate deletion match at the Hardy compound with, and he said Samuel Guevara.
Samuel Guevara.
Yeah, I guess he's coming back.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, Cody said he was.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's motor through because we're taking a while on Dark. We
Scorpio
had
Sky single push though.
Hell yeah, and his
awesome?
his entrance music is awesome.
Yeah.
His singles entrance music is awesome. Way to go, Mikey.
His new theme is called "Reach for the Sky."
Reach for the Scorpio.
Oh, because his name.
Because he's Scorpio and he's Sky. So
what do you mean Scorpio? What is?
I'm so glad he's getting the single push.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I could out of the three of those guys. I mean, I could see Kazarian because he also had a singles match on Dark. He's also been a singles wrestler in his. I mean, all three of those guys have been singles so that's why I don't know. They make it work. They know how they can wrestle singles. They can wrestle tag. They can do everything. So that's why they're all just great.
Oh hey, fun fact.
Yeah.
Before we get off of Dark, going back to Luther, I don't know if you listened to Jericho's podcast recently. Luther was on there. He was one of the names that was possibly going to be the Exalted One.
You think that would have worked out?
No, that would have been fucking terrible. It was supposed to be some redacted guy who we're not going to speak of.
Yeah, right. Those that we don't speak of.
And then Brody, and then Matt Hardy, and then Brody, and then Luther, then Brody Lee, then Brody, then Luther. Luther tried out for it. He was interested in the part. They brought him in to run some things with him.
Right.
But ultimately, chose Brody.
Well, I mean, I'm happy with their decision. I think they made a wise choice. But
yeah, I like Brody as the older one, but I can't help but think about how amazing it would have been with Matt Hardy, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been nice, especially because that was kind of what everyone was hoping for, especially when Matt was hot off the heels of leaving WWE. But you know what? Actually, now that you say that, I kind of would prefer that. He's doing this stuff with Private Party, which is fun, but it's kind of random. If I'm being honest,
it's actually what he's wanted to do.
Yeah, he wants the veteran role.
He wanted to do that. If he would have stayed in WWE, he actually pitched to Vince that he wanted to manage a young tag team, and Vince said no.
Huh.
So AEW's let him do what he wanted to do.
Right. Which, I mean, that's one of the big things that attracts all these guys and girls to AEW, right? The creative freedom, as they say.
Yeah. So I've seen like people say like, Matt Hardy everybody was so happy for Matt Hardy to go to WWE, and now he's managing a team. He's not even wrestling. I'm like, well, that's what he wanted to do.
Right. We had an 8-man tag match next with Tony Donati, Fabu Andre, Joe Alonzo, and Brady Pierce versus the Butcher and Blade and Lucha Bros, which this was just kind of a quick appetizer for what was going to happen on Fyter Fest in the 8-man tag. But in this one, we got to see Butcher and Blade work very well with Lucha Brothers. They had, they were able to coexist. And do you guys have anything, any takeaways from this match, MJ? Oh no, you didn't fucking watch it.
I watched that one.
Oh, you did see this one?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Oh.
It's a dark. They're not gonna go all out. Right. But
no, they're not gonna go all out. Not gonna go all in. Not gonna go Revolution. Not gonna go Fyter Fest. Not gonna go Fight for the Fallen. Not gonna go.
Kenny Omega and Joey Janela says otherwise.
Yeah, right. There you go. Boom.
From like 3 months ago.
Yeah. From the before life when things were
before life.
Yeah.
Before
when things were regular.
Yeah.
Right.
Fun fact: Brody Pierce. Is it Brody Pierce? Is that
Brody Pierce? Yep.
Yeah, he's part of Lethal Poison, who's in and that's the SHW faction.
I'm sorry, Brady Pierce.
Yeah, he's an SHW talent.
That's right. I think I saw him at that show that I went to. Jesus,
he's
when
in
was
a
it?
team called Lethal Poison.
That's right. Who is the partners in that faction?
Who know who the leader is? It's Corey Hollis.
Okay, that's right.
He actually used to team with Hangman in Ring of Honor.
That's right. And isn't Logan Creed involved in that too, or he was at some point? Or no? I thought that the dude with the face paint. I don't know.
At some point, he was. I think,
I remember seeing that at some point.
Maybe.
I don't know. We had a singles match. Orange Cassidy.
No, he wasn't in it. He was in a different one.
Oh, it was?
He was in Fear. Logan
Fear.
Creed.
That's what it was. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. We had Orange Cassidy versus Will Hobbs. All it was Hobbs went for a lariat. Cassidy evaded it. Nails a Superman punch. Bing, bang, boom. Done. This was... Yeah, what'd you think, man? Like, this is the I've never seen him in a squash match. So
Orange
this was fun.
Cassidy squash match. I was like, what? Dude, Toasty has a great Superman punch.
He does. It's better than I gotta say, it's better than Roman's. What do you think? Who has a better Superman punch, Roman Reigns or Orange Cassidy? MJ, what do you think? Does anyone else have a Superman punch? Is there anyone else that I'm missing?
Jay White wishes he did.
That's right. Jay White doesn't do that, but you can put him in there. What? How do you think? What?
I mean, he does a Superman forearm.
Does he?
Yeah, he does it with his he does a combo and he does the fucking jump up and he just forearms him.
Oh.
I would just say it's a stupid fucking move.
Yeah, all right, fine. But this was we got to see Orange Cassidy pick up a quick win against this guy. He was fucking big, Will Hobbs. I hope to see him actually wrestle in an actual match.
Yeah,
he looked impressive.
Yeah.
We had Michael Nakazawa defeating Sean Dean with an STO for the pinfall. And then, of course, we had Serpent Echo versus Scorpio Sky, which we mentioned before. This was a longer match than I thought it was going to be, actually, which the whole episode actually was over an hour long. So this was one of the longer darks. But I know, Kyle, you were praising Scorpio Sky during this match. I don't know. So what's the deal? Is he going full-fledged singles run now?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is he in the rankings? Do you have any idea? 'Cause I actually don't have them in front.
I don't think they even posted them yesterday.
No, right? All right. They haven't, of course. We're recording this on Thursday after dark. I'm sorry, after Fyter Fest. So, yeah. Woo. But they haven't released the the ratings yet. So we'll find that out. When they usually release that, when? Tomorrow, Kyle? Is that usually Friday afternoon?
What?
The ratings?
Ratings.
Oh, no, the ratings already came out.
Yeah.
Ratings already came out. So where do they, how did this week go against NXT?
We lost again in total viewership, but we won the demos.
We won the demo, which is good. Okay.
Which is what matters.
Right. All right. So we can live with that. All right. Let's see. Moving along. And the final match, of course, was Brandi Cutler, Peter Avalon versus Dark Order, with Dark Order picking up the win. All right. That was a really long episode of Dynamite. Oh, Jesus. I keep fucking miscalling it. Of Dark. But let's talk about the big topics from Fyter Fest, because holy shit. I mean, what a fucking, this was a two-week event. We had part 2 last night, with the show kicking off with let me get my thing. Tag match between the tag team champions Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Private Party.
Oh my God, is that Private Party?
Oh my God, is that Private Party? What do you think of it? Do you like their new song, Kyle?
I love it.
Yeah, I think it fits their kind of character more than their original. I like both, but this new one is a fucking it's a jam.
If you're ever wondering why they changed the song, go to WrestleJoy.com, and there is an interview with Mikey Ruckus from yours truly.
Oh,
and he explains why they changed.
Ooh, I like that. All right, I'll have to go check that out. Yes, go check that out at WrestleJoy.com?
Yeah, WrestleJoy.com.
Nice. Yeah, hell yeah. What about you, MJ? What did you think of this match? I mean, there was still no dissension between Hangman and Kenny. They still seem to get along. Like, do you think that they have to break up at some point? Do you think they're going to break up first, then lose the belts, or do you think, like, how's it going to work? What do you see happening with this team?
They'll break up after losing the belt.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, shit,
you directed it to me, Kyle.
I did.
Well,
As we say, check the
They're going
tape.
to lose the belts for a while, Kyle and Brian. All right? They're not. They're obviously not. And who I think that's going to fucking break it, obviously it's going to be FTR. They're going to be the next tag champions. That's where this is going. There's going to be a time where they're going to have the match between the Bucks, and the winner is either going to be, they're going to reach the top, and they're going to beat fucking Kenny Man and Omega.
Kenny Man and Mega Man.
Kenny Man and Omega. And that's that. As far as this match, it kind of kills night 1 of Fyter Fest, because that was your main event. I know you had to do a quick insert, but I feel like it could have been another TNT title match, because it would have made more sense than putting in your main event people in the opening of the night too. So
yeah, but I don't think it erases what happened on night 1. I mean,
no, I'm just saying that it was just kind of weird that you had your main eventers opening the next night.
No, that's a good point. I never even actually consider that. That is a good point. But still, I mean, it was a good match, but still, it didn't really further the story between Kenny and Hangman. You don't think so?
Sometimes Hangman looks at Omega, and I'm just like, why is he looking at him like that?
He's probably hammered.
After they win, Hangman just kind of like stares at Omega and look at him like smiling and winning. It just I see the what's the word? The discomparement that's about to happen.
Okay, discomparement, is that a word? It sounds like a word.
I made it up.
It sounds like a word.
I like it.
Yeah. No. I mean, if we were playing Scrabble right now, I probably wouldn't challenge it. I'd be like, you know what, this guy knows what he's talking about.
I would challenge it.
Oh, well, that's the difference between the two of us and the 3 of us. I wouldn't try to.
Different type of champions. That's what it's going to boil down to. They're different type of champions. It doesn't matter if they're tag team. They're both holding gold, and they both act the way they are with it. So
sure. Next match, we had Joey Janela versus Lance Archer, with Archer immediately carrying Sonny Kiss out on his shoulders, which is fucking great. He didn't have a young boy or anyone to beat up on the outside, so why the fuck not just do it to Sonny Kiss? And that kind of continued on throughout the match. We had Sonny try to get involved a little bit, but Archer kept kind of giving him the boot or just kind of throwing him. I think he threw him into the guardrail at one point. But what did you, Kyle? What did you think about Joey Janela? And I mean, it was kind of weird, like him having outside interference. Well, I mean, he was playing the babyface, but I mean, I guess it's because he's like the super underdog when it comes to this match. But what did you think about this whole exchange, and even any thoughts on Jake and his involvement?
Well, first of all, this match was way better than it had any right to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought this was just going to be like a squash or
right.
Not great, but man, it was good. And Janela got some great offense in.
I'm with you.
He was actually wrestling.
Yes, he was.
It was, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of discounted this match. This was going to be an afterthought, but
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right. And I know
this shit was good.
it was really good, and it went a lot longer than I thought it would too.
It really did, yeah.
But I know MJ, you're a big Lance Archer fan. So, like, how did you feel about him going? Because I mean, again, a lot of people thought he would just kind of mow over Janela, but this was a longer match. So, do you think this hurt? Do you think this hurt Archer's character at all, or do you think it helped Janela's more? Like, what do you think about this one?
Well, I'm gonna look at it this way. I don't know if they've ever even faced each other before. I don't think they've ever have. And I think going into this match, seeing them going at each other for the first time, it just kind of begs the question. You know, these two they have obviously different styles, definitely different styles. So it's pretty much, I'm looking at it that way, that they can do better. You know,
right?
They can do better going forward if they're just wrestling each other in a match that was pretty much put together after only 1 week. There was only one night of Dynamite where Lance attacked him, and that was it. That's what set up the match. So
yeah,
that's kind of good that you can have a match based off of that and still have it be that way. My gripe, I think it should have been probably a no disqualification for what it was, you know? It kind of went over better that Janela would have to try everything to put him down.
Right. And they used a table. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't that be a DQ in some places?
Well, no, remember the referee, that's not really using a weapon, is it?
I mean, no. Nope. I've seen both ways.
That's why the ref took the chair away from Janela. He's like, no, you can't use it. You can jump on him. The table's not you're not throwing a table at him.
Right, you're throwing yourself at the table, not throwing the table at, right. All right.
That was my thing too. I thought some of these matches. Go ahead.
If somebody throws you through a table, it's not a DQ.
It's not. I'm making that up then. Well, I don't know why I thought
you're not. If Archer was to pick up the table and hit Janela with it, then it would be a DQ.
Right.
But because he threw or slammed him through it or threw him through it, then it's not. Right.
That's not a DQ. All right. Thank you for clarifying, because I had a brain fart right there. All right. This next one, I was so pumped for this when they announced it. I know people are kind of, I don't know. I've heard both arguments, but me personally, I am a huge fan of the FTW belt. I love the throwback to the original ECW, and the fact that it's almost kind of I wonder if this kind of it probably doesn't piss Vince off, but I wonder if like it annoys them, because obviously WWE owns everything ECW, but Taz is the one that owns the FTW belt, so that's why he can get away with it, and that's why. Did they say ECW at all on the show last night?
I think so.
Did they mention it?
They didn't. No, they didn't.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Taz, this is exactly what he said. He said, this is what's in my hand is from a time in my life where I didn't have a chance to be the champion, so I had to make myself a champion. And now I'm going to pass it off to Cage because he should be champion here tonight, and now he's got to wait another week. So now he's going to go into next week with the champion that's better than yours, Moxley, and he's going to be double champion. That's pretty much the basis.
There you go. Wow, holy shit, that was a good memory.
I just listened to it because I was like, this better not be a fucking different belt. It better be the original. And it was. And
it was the original one.
It warmed my heart. It warmed my heart that people there can think that they don't need to rehash shit to make it new again. Just old shit, man. That's what makes shit sacred.
Tony's a huge ECW fan.
Yep.
So this was probably like something he was very excited about.
Oh yeah, I bet he was stoked about it. I bet Taz was stoked about it when he presented I'm sure they were talking about the idea. I don't know who approached who, obviously at this juncture. I'm sure it'll come out at some point in an interview, but I'm sure Taz was pumped about trying to put this back onto TV. Also, it kind of it shows his legacy too. Like Cage is kind of rubbing off. Cage is kind of almost his like. I don't want to say his like, not understudy. That's not the right word. What am I saying? His trainee kind of. Like,
yeah. His mentor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another brain fart.
But like it also like it makes so much sense storyline wise. They're literally going and using that old story.
Right. I love it. And it makes sense. It makes total sense.
I wonder how long Taz has wanted to bring this belt in, because you remember like whenever he started being a manager for Cage, he had that orange towel and it says FTW on there.
Well, yeah, I mean that's always been his gimmick though. Like FTW has always kind of been the Taz.
Oh, okay.
The Taz thing, yeah. Which he does have. He has a new shirt available.
He does.
Shop AEW.com, which go check that out. We're not getting fucking anything from that, but it's a cool shirt, and we like their, we like the company, so why the hell not? But so that's exciting. So now we have Cage as the FTW champion going into their match with his match with Moxley next week at Fight for the Fallen. MJ, what about you, man? Were you a big ECW fan back in the day with the Ftw Belt? Yeah,
I was just like a little kid, but my older brother was all into that shit.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how excited Mox is about this, because he's also a huge ECW fan.
That's true. Yeah, he started out a lot doing death matches and stuff and all that. So yeah, I'm sure they're both excited for it. Now I wonder, do you think that there's any chance that they're doing this just in case Moxley can't go next week? Kyle,
yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I think they're doing it for.
And by the way, since we're just talking about this subject, I'm going to have a little unpopular opinion here. I think Cage is going to beat Moxley, man. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Whatever, Kyle.
All right. You know what? We're not going to record. We're going to record after.
This is too. Listen, man. This is all I'm saying.
Kenny will be the one to dethrone.
I'm just saying. This is all I'm saying. Is that ever since Brian has started to really go at Mox, I've seen people like Cage. That people used to hate Cage, man. I'm telling you, saying he's slow, and now they're just praising the hell out of the guy. So I think that he's going to be the next champion, and it's just going to be like that, man. No. So fuck you, Kyle.
It's not, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna reuse the Kenny Mox storyline. Kenny's gonna go over Mox.
Oh, I thought you meant he was gonna take his eye out, or
because it writes itself.
Wrong show.
Wrong show. All right, so we've got all that going on. We've got the FTW belt on the line now. It's on the line, right?
It's not on the line.
It's not on the line.
It's a gimmick belt. Come on, let's be real.
Well, I know, but it's not officially sanctioned.
It's not officially recognized yet.
Right. It's almost like the $1 million. So. You're right. It's kind of like the $1 million man's the $1 million belt. Back in the day. Same kind of.
It will be cool though if Brian Cage does defend it. Like if he does have matches, and if his son can beat him, they become the new FTW champion.
I bet you that'll happen.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys are either of you UFC fans? How they have the bad motherfucker, the BMF title?
Yeah.
Which is, it's kind of the similar thing. It's more almost like bragging rights. It's not officially recognized by UFC, but who is it? I think one of the Diaz brothers has it, or is it?
No, Jorge Masvidal.
Masvidal has it. Okay, Masvidal. All right. So let's keep going. We had this could potentially be a match of the year candidate, if I'm being honest, but we had the 8-man tag match between FTR and Young Bucks versus Butcher, Blade, and the Lucha Brothers. Holy shit. I mean, I don't even know where to start, where to end with this one.
I have no words for this match.
Oh, I was going to throw it to you, but you don't have any words either, right? We are all wordless.
Absolutely amazing from start to finish, especially the ending. But man, Nick Jackson though,
yeah,
God, I want him to have a singles run so bad.
I wonder whose idea it was. He was like, "Hey, why don't you do the Destroyer onto the group, onto the outside from the second? Yeah, from the inside outside. Yeah, well, let's do it."
I'm not even talking about that. I'm not. It's just a Nick in general. Like at one point, when he jumped on the rope, and then he did the what you call it, the I forgot what the name of the movie is.
It's Scissors, Hurricanrana.
I think it's a Hurricanrana where he jumped on the rope, and then he jumped on I think it was Pentagon was on.
Oh yes, it was a Hurricanrana. Yes, it was a Hurricanrana. Yeah, that was fucking nuts. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's so smooth. All of them are
the best.
What's that?
Nick and Ray Phoenix are like literally the two best.
Yeah. Now the thing that was confusing, obviously, like again, it didn't seem like FTR and the Bucks. It didn't seem like there was any kind of animosity. They were able to coexist. Actually, yeah. I mean, they were able to even do each other's moves. They were doing tag team combinations between each other, between FTR and the Bucks. I mean, it was awesome.
What was great about it was that like they were working together so well, but they were doing it to the point that they were trying to one up each other all the time.
Right. That's a great point.
And you know, like at first I thought maybe a lot of people had some doubts that, you know, maybe everybody's hyping up FTR and the Bucks and they may not have any chemistry, but man, I think they just proved everybody wrong. And
yeah,
I'm really hoping that they team up more until it gets to the point where they finally split and do the match.
Right. Yeah. Fuck having the trios belts. Just skip it and go to what's Quattros? Quattros division or something. MJ, where do you think this goes though? Like as far as how long do you think the Bucks and FTR coexist? Like I mean, they're not gonna, because obviously next week we have at Fight for the Fallen we have Lucha Brothers against FTR, which will be fun.
The match probably the match of the year candidate.
Oh yeah. But like MJ, where do you see this whole story going with FTR and the Bucks?
All out.
All out.
Yeah, they're gonna face each other at All Out.
So when is that? End of August? September
5th.
September?
Yeah. Do you think they'll really do FTR and the Bucks that early?
Early?
Yeah.
Like you mean
I don't think that's early.
They have plenty of time to build way more stories.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think that's a good time.
BTE, Dark, Dynamite. I mean, they have a bunch of stuff to just.
All Out would be good, but like, I think they would want to possibly save it for next year's Double or Nothing in case of fans.
Yeah, but they've already established the story anyway. The first time they debuted, pretty much. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't like put. That's fine though. But with a match as big as this, and some people have been waiting forever for, I think
that's a little bit much, Kyle.
What?
This isn't okay. It's huge, but it isn't that huge that it's going to be like the greatest tag team.
It's pretty big, man.
People have talked about this match for almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
3 years? They've both been in the business for way longer than 3 years.
Yeah, but that's when they started both kind of going at each other on Twitter.
That's when they started going back and forth.
Right.
I just don't think it's that huge to let it linger for that long.
Oh, it is.
Let it linger. What's that song? Who sings that song? Is it the Cranberries?
That's like Tommaso and
You
Gargano.
have to let it linger. Sorry. You're right. That is almost like that kind of feud.
It is.
Ciampa, Gargano, right. Right. I don't know.
My thing is that this match should have been the main event. I don't understand why they didn't do that.
That's a good point. I don't know either.
Because they're trying to make Orange Cassidy a star.
Yeah, that's all in doubt. But if you're talking about your wrestling company being the basis of the greatest tag teams, I felt like with those 4 teams should have main evented the whole shebang.
Perhaps. But again, the Lucha Brothers, Butcher and Blade defeated FTR and Young Bucks in the end. But if you haven't watched this match and you're listening to this podcast, don't stop what you're doing. Finish listening to this podcast, and then afterwards, go fucking back and watch that match because it's insane. It's so good.
The ending is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. And then after this, we had a quick little squash match, a nice little breather, time to catch our breath after the whole 5-star car wreck. I don't know how else to call it, but we had Nyla Rose defeating Kenzie Page and what's her name? Killin King? Am I saying it right?
Kylan King.
Kylan.
Or Killing. I don't remember what it is. A fun fact: Kenzie Page's son.
And she's the youngest one, right? Isn't she like 19 or something or 20?
Yep, and she's SHW talent.
Hey, look at that.
She had an amazing match with Danny Jordan.
Okay.
A while back.
All right. Yep. MJ, what were your thoughts on this? I think you sound like you had something to say.
Listen, man, this killed the whole night almost.
No.
This did?
You're having Fyter Fest and you have a handicap squash match. I don't want to see that shit.
I'm with you on that.
What the hell? This is Fyter Fest. It isn't fucking Dynamite.
Right.
You should have a match that fucking means something. I know. I understand. They do it because of the announcement after. But still, it's still not enough. You're not having any of the women that you're trying to push against her. At least have a meaningful match, not a fucking... See... I understand it's TV. I understand it's TV. And I understand that, it pretty much is a Dynamite. But, damn. Squash match on Fyter Fest night 2? When you didn't even have a squash match night 1.
What would you have her do?
Beat up Leva.
Well...
Come on, beat up Allie.
It'd be the same thing.
That's already on the roster.
You can't have her beat up Allie. Allie's in a different storyline. Like right now, AEW does not the women do not have. There's not many women there. Tony is actually bringing in indie talent for Sheeta to face, and he's getting people to tweet who all that they want to bring in.
Right. I'm just saying, Leva's been there and she has not done shit.
Well, I mean, the big thing with this one obviously was, it wasn't really so much the quick match. It was Nyla announcing that she is hiring a manager. She took it upon herself to hire a manager.
Yep.
She didn't announce who it was, but let's see. Let's go around and let's put in guesses. So, Kyle, who do you think is going to be Nyla Rose's manager?
I have 3 guesses.
3?
Yes.
All right, pick.
I have 3 guesses.
All right, let's hear it.
My main guess is Vickie Guerrero.
Okay.
It's
a good one.
My second guess is Medusa.
Oh, okay.
My third guess is Jazz.
Ooh, Jazz. Okay, I could see that because that's another ECW throwback, and we know Tony's a mark for ECW. I'm also a mark for
I'm
ECW.
pretty sure it's Vickie.
Vickie, okay.
Yep.
I wouldn't hate it. Well, what are your thoughts?
It'd be cool to see to have Medusa though.
Yeah, but she feels more NWA, or maybe that's just because I saw her at the last, it wasn't the last Crockett Cup, it was the year before, with another person we don't speak of, facing Nick Aldis in the main event. Medusa showed up and she cut the longest promo ever. I don't know what was like. She was what's it called? Presenting the NWA Women's Championship, and she cut this promo where the crowd was actually turning on her. They were like, "Wrap it up!" I felt bad, but. All right. Well, MJ, who do you think is going to be the manager for Nyla?
Awesome Kong.
Oh.
She gave it away.
No.
She gave it away. She said people's gonna make sure that she wins matches. Who's bigger than Nyla Rose?
Awesome Kong is the manager.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. That's a good one. I have no idea. I'm gonna go with Kyle and say Jazz, but if it's not Jazz, I'm gonna say Sinister Minister, just because I miss his eyebrows. His eyebrows are great. My eyebrows actually look like his right now. It's insane. What'd you say, Kyle?
Everyone.
Oh, it's Vickie. God damn it.
It's Vickie.
Excuse me.
And how it wouldn't be Awesome Kong. She's a talent. Whenever she comes back, if she ever does come back, she'll be wrestling.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if she can be a mouthpiece.
Yeah, right. I've never really seen her. I've never seen her talk all that much.
Dude, did you not listen to what Nyla said? She said,
actions speak louder than words.
A person that is going to ensure that she wins matches. This is no mouthpiece. This is someone's got. This is a what do you call it?
Muscle. It's her muscle.
No, it's insurance policy. Insurance policy.
Yes.
Dude, you know Vickie used to manage people, and she would help them win.
And she was in a fucking wheelchair half the time.
And she would help them win.
Yeah. And she also had what was that guy's name? Bam Sullivan? Bam Sullivan. Yeah. You don't remember Bam Sullivan?
No, she was Edge. She didn't help him win matches. She fucking had the Edge Express win them.
The Edge Express.
That's what I call it.
No, wasn't it? It was La Familia.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Her, Chavo.
No, I'm talking about Zack Ryder and.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that whole thing. Anyway, that's a good pick. I guess we'll see. What'd you say?
It's Vickie. The Vickie thing.
Oh, it's Vickie. All right. Well, apparently it's Vickie. So you heard it here. Hopefully first.
I'm telling. That's my guess.
This is sportskita.com. We'll give you a message.
Yeah. All right. So the next one, the match itself, I mean, it was a 6-man between SCU and Dark Order, which Dark Order, of course, was.
It was SCU versus Dark Order and Colt Cabana. Get it right.
Get it right, man.
Dude, I'm looking at the graphic right now, and it says the Dark Order. It says the Dark Order. This match was a fun one. It still furthered the whole thing. Is Colt Cabana part of Dark Order? Is he not? Are they going to, Dark Order, the other guys are kind of helping him, but they're doing these underhanded thing. So, but the whole thing I loved was the whole pre-match. You see Colt in the back talking to a trainer, and then Mr. Brody Lee coming in and just kind of almost forcing Colt to go out there and go to the match, even though he didn't seem like he was healthy enough. He had a nasty bruise on the right or on his side, which that couldn't have been.
That bruise was legit, by the way.
Was it? I was going to say because it looked real, but how did he? Do you know how he got that?
I'm not sure, but. I think Alvarez said it was real. He tweeted out that it was real.
Yeah, that thing looked brutal, but I love the idea of Mr. Brody Lee.
Yeah, you better get it right.
I know. I'm sorry. I have to correct myself. But I love that they're still playing into the whole thing where he's almost playing Vince McMahon and WWE kind of, and he's forcing his talent to go out there, even though they weren't medically cleared, kind of the stories that we've been hearing in the past. So and you know what? I mean, Colt was a part of that whole system too, at one point, briefly. So, I mean, I don't know. I like how kind of art imitates life. But what were your thoughts, MJ, about this whole match and the whole situation with Colt? Do you think Colt is eventually going to join Dark Order, or do you think he already has?
I think he has no idea that he's in it. I think that's the thing now, is that he has no idea. They keep on telling him derogatory things, and it's just like, oh, okay. Well, as long as I'm winning matches, I don't care.
Right.
But I'm not in Dark Order, right?
Have you seen Colt Cabana's new shirt?
Oh yeah, it's great.
It literally says Colt Cabana Doom Doom, and he tweeted it out and said that Mr. Brody, that evil Uno assured me that it said Colt Cabana and nothing else.
Yeah. But they did, if you look closely at the shirt too, it looks like a U and an O. Yep. It looks like there's like a little bit of it's kind of scratched out. So it's a great shirt. Plus, I have a little.
And instead of boom boom, it says doom doom.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's hysterical.
Yeah, this is probably the most. I've never seen a wrestling storyline like this actually. To this degree, how they're playing it out anyway. It's just because you don't know what's going to happen next. You really don't.
It's true. You really don't. But so far, I love it.
I wonder if Anna Jay's in it.
That's right. Where is she? She wasn't even. She wasn't around.
Yeah, because remember last we saw her.
I forgot about that.
She was walking with them.
Right. That's right.
This is my thing too. They're not really capitalizing on some of these storylines they're giving out.
How so?
You go through, the Nightmare Family storyline, Allie's storyline. That's
that's true. Hopefully, think. Oh, actually, you know what? And I guess most recently, Mike Tyson. Like, I don't think there was any kind of mention about him, right?
No.
They only did that for ratings.
Oh, so you think that's it?
I'm pretty sure because it worked. They were the most talked about thing.
That's true.
I think it's just because Mike and Holyfield are probably going to fight again. That's probably
true.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia or whatever. Man. All right, let's talk about the main event because this was something else.
Disclaimer. A little disclaimer. AEH would like to issue this disclaimer. The Dark Order is not a cult, contrary to popular belief.
Right. Yeah, we don't want anyone thinking that. They are not a cult. They are, I don't know, they are a gathering of like-minded individuals. Kind of like the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group, which you can join right now. And
if I'll let you.
Yeah, if Kyle lets you, and MJ, if they all let you. Let's talk about this main event. We had Orange Cassidy going one-on-one against Le Champion Chris Jericho.
He tried.
This was he tried. He tried his 1%. He turned up his notch, his energy meter, and he was a full-blown 1%. Not like he wasn't like, well, who's the other? The top 1%. Not like that. He was 1% energy. But I mean, holy shit. The King of Sloth style Orange Cassidy, as they call him. This was a main event. This was a 15-20 minute match. We had a lot of outside interference. We had Proud and Powerful kind of get involved. We had the fucking orange juice. We had actual orange juice at one point. We had Orange get blinded with it. I think Aubrey took some of the brunt of that too. But I mean, MJ, I'm going to go to you first. Do you think that this hurt Jericho, or do you think this built up Orange Cassidy more?
The reason why it did not hurt Jericho is because they did have Santana and Ortiz out there.
Right.
You know, Jericho's a heel, you know. He obviously wasn't going into this going to seriously wrestle, so, you know.
But they did, though. But they did have a real match. Like there.
Well, you know, from the beginning, I mean, from the beginning, it kind of would have been, people would have been like, why is he so fucking serious? Instead of, you know, but, yeah, Orange Cassidy's definitely stronger from it, you know. There was no botches, he played his part. He had the intensity. He had everything. I popped when he did the two little kicks, and then he fucking did the real super kick. Right. I was like, oh, shit, he actually fucking popped him up on that one. So, yeah, it's just the only reason why is because they're following the words of another person, if you can catch my drift. So I think they're not crediting Orange as a wrestler. They're crediting him as what someone else, if you catch my drift, is saying.
I see. But yeah, this proves that wrong, right?
Either way, for AEW fans, he's going, this helped both. I thought this was fucking stupid in the beginning. I mean, you probably listened to a couple AEHs back, but yeah, right. I thought it was fucking stupid until they actually, you know, did something with the shit, you know?
Right. Kyle, now, do you think that this was like the right call? Do you think that they made the right call with having Jericho go over, or do you think that maybe it should have been the other way, have Orange Cassidy maybe potentially steal a win, almost kind of give like a quick roll up and then get the shit kicked out of him afterwards? What do you think?
If he would have done like a quick roll up victory, that would have been okay to me, but I think it's okay with Jericho winning just because he was our first world champion.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sense to have him lose cleanly to Orange Cassidy.
Right. That's true. I mean, a lot of people were already saying, they were already kind of up in arms about Jericho even having the match.
Yeah.
Like, even entertaining the idea of having a match against Orange Cassidy. People were like, fuck Jericho, he's lost his mind. I was like, what are you talking about? Cassidy can go. Like, I don't understand everyone's perception of him, but
Yeah, he put him up. He really this helped out Orange, like, I think, greatly, and especially with the fans who thought Orange was just a comedy act, didn't realize that he could actually wrestle.
right. And this was proof right there. So I mean, again, go if you haven't watched this, go back and watch it. This was another awesome match. This is probably it had to have been the top biggest match of Orange Cassidy's career so far that you'd have to think. But overall, this was. I actually enjoyed.
It's my second favorite Orange Cassidy match behind the Orange Cassidy and Pac match.
That's a good one too. That's kind of probably the one that put him more on like AEW's like all the fans' radar.
I just can't wait till he comes back.
Who? Oh, Pac?
Pac, man. Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Be a while.
Yeah. But let's see here. So for Fight for the Fallen, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Lucha Brothers versus FTR. We've got Kenny Omega and the Bucks versus Jurassic Express. We have Cody's open challenge for the TNT title, which it was announced that it's going to be Sonny Kiss going up against Cody, so that should be fun. And of course, we have Jon Moxley defending his AEW World Championship against Brian Cage. And he will have the FTW belt, but it will not be on the line, like we had mentioned.
It's a gimmick belt.
It's not a gimmick belt.
I hate to say it like that, but that's what it is.
So, I guess we're almost at the television time limit.
Did you say Cody and Sonny Kiss for the TNT Championship?
I did.
Yeah, you did say that.
I did. So right now there's 4 matches. I'm sure they're going to announce at least one or two more. We'll also get to see. Did Nyla say when she's going to be bringing out her manager?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right. Well. All right. Well, I mean that wraps about what? Bleh.
That wraps about up.
That wraps about up.
Oh.
The turntables have turned. What were you saying, Kyle?
If you want a little quick wholesome story or sort of about Pentagon Jr. So the reason he came back, obviously he wanted to come back, but he wanted to make sure he came back like real quick, because apparently word is that he felt bad sitting at home getting paid from AEW for not doing anything.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That's something. I like
Damn,
that.
What a story.
That shows work. Well, that shows work ethic. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Kyle. Fuck you, MJ.
It does. It shows Pentagon's work ethic.
Right?
He didn't want to sit around and get paid doing nothing.
He didn't have to. If this was WCW 1998, he would be fucking sitting around, not doing diddly dick, and just collecting a check. But
yeah, you're a contractor.
Well, that's true. All right, so let's get into some plugs and whatever else you want to get out there. I already said mine. Go to Marked Out Wrestling on YouTube. Just search Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. Go hit the subscribe button. You can go to the AEW All Elite Wrestling Discussion Facebook group and just go ask to join. It's a private group. You just answer the questions and you're automatically in. Just make sure that you answer those questions so that we let you in. But that's about it, I think, for me. So I will throw it to Kyle if you have anything you want to get out there.
Same plugs as Brian.
Well, that's not how it works. What the fuck?
Sure, you don't have to
Shut
repeat
the
it.
fuck up, MJ.
It's his plugs, MJ. It's his turn. You'll have your turn next.
Same plugs as Brian, but I also would like to add to check out if you enjoy reading positivity in wrestling, check out WrestleJoy. You can find us on Twitter at WrestleJoy, or you can just look on our website, WrestleJoy.com. Also, make sure you go and check out Carmen Childers AV Tech services. You can find him on Facebook at Carmen Childers AV Tech.
We did give your plugs. in your absence on the episode of AEH, we plugged Carmen. So hopefully, go if you want to get audio help, go to Carmen Childers on Facebook, AV Tech, and you can find it there. Now, I'm going to throw this to you, MJ. If you say anything with fucking Jay White references, if you like, I don't even know my
Jay White, is that the one who was unsuccessful in winning the IWGP United States Championship?
I think that's him. But what about you, MJ? Do you have
Red
any?
Shoe swallowed the goddamn count.
Do you have any plugs or anything you want to get out there, bud?
Okay, same plugs as Colin Bryan. If you want your AAA aspect of AEW and your Lucha Libre needs, go join the group Pure Lucha Libre. It's a pretty good time.
It is. I'm in that.
Donate to whatever the fuck someone asked you to donate to.
It's a good one.
And with that,
we bid you.
No. Well, if you're not. Is Raven entering?
Yeah.
You're not breathing in. You're missing the fuck out.
I think Kyle has to say that thing.
What?
I think Kyle says that thing.
I bid you adieu, bang.
Bid you adieu, bang.
Oh, and on that note, we must bid you adieu. Goodbye.
And good night, bang.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is produced and edited by You Record Studios and from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle RavePro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.